All right, so let's get into Love is Blind reaction. Who asked me? Nobody. But I'm still going to give my opinion. Now, my opinion on Love is Blind. The experiment itself it's a different kind of experience, right? But you have to give into these type of things. I technically believe in love at first sight. I'm a hopeless romantic. I love love. I love to see people in love. The people that are doing it the correct way, right? But then we have individuals on the show that do it completely the wrong way. What I have noticed, right? And these are the cons that I've noticed on the show. One, I see a lot of individuals come on the show and they'll present one way, and then a little further down, their masks fall off and you see exactly who they are. So behind the pods, you can be whoever you want to be, right? In that little shell of yours, you can be whoever you want to be, pretend to, whatever. Once you get to seeing these individuals and coexisting with people, it becomes different. What I did notice is love is blind. You're supposed to go into this experiment, not seeing someone, but hopefully finding the love of your life, getting married, if you don't know what's behind this storyline, right? I feel like I'm going to give you all my opinion on every couple. And again, nobody asked me, but it's still my opinion. Emma and Mike. Emma and Mike could have worked, right? I feel like Mike was a good dude. I feel like he was in it. He was trying to gain the experiment. I feel like Emma was in it as well. Where I believe they went wrong at was they knew in the pods their non-negotiables, right? So why would you say okay to each other if you knew you were not willing to negotiate on not having children? And I get it. She didn't want to have them for medical reasons. We get all of that, right? But why accept this person knowing if I get to the thing, he's not going to change his mind. I'm still stuck with this man and I still don't want to have children. This man lets you know in the past that he wanted children. You then told him that you would keep an open mind, knowing that you would never, you really wouldn't. Excuse me. So that kind of was a waste of our time. Thank you for the entertainment, of course, but it was definitely a waste. I think that should have been dealt with in a pod. Yes, the vibe was great. Conversation was great. But as adults, you literally wasted each other's time. Next couple, we have Amber and Jordan. Now, I like Jordan. Jordan is like a soft, cuddly teddy bear. He's so gentle. He's so kind. He just wants to be loved. He wants it to make sense. And what I got from that is, homegirl could be too much. She can be too much. Amber is overbearing. She talks too fucking much. She's a bully. I don't think their relationship would have worked because she's more like his grandma or his auntie than his lover. She talks down on him a lot. I knew it wasn't going to go farther than that because just the way it's not nurturing. It's not caring. It's more of a micromanage. So I knew they wasn't going to work. He tried. And she tried to make it about the kid. I think she used her child as a pawn a lot. I think that was not even a good look. I think that was the most unhealthiest shit I've seen. The man made a statement. He was talking to the fellas. He's like, I'm excited. I'm a little nervous because I ain't never been with a woman that had children. I get that whole narrative. She storms up. She's like, if you want to exit out, you go now. He's like, what the fuck? That lady ain't even hear what that man said and she went postal. He ain't say that. Amber, that ain't what he was meaning. He was saying he was unfamiliar. It's unfamiliar territory, so yes, it's a little scary going in. But I didn't think he was going to go through it either. And he told her, yeah. And even after telling her, yeah, it was still a no. He wanted to see it through. Even at the time, did y'all pay attention when his sister came? Not him. He's one of my faves. Did y'all pay attention when his sister came and he went to hug her and he whispered in her ear, but she kind of pulled back too quick? He then said, I don't know what to do. He was already, he didn't know if he wanted to walk away from her ass at the time or just see it through. I think what Jordan did was seeing it through because he didn't want to hurt her. And she was already overly emotional, overbearing. So it's like, if I tell her no, she goes postal. So I get where Jordan was going with it, but it was still a waste of time. You knew, like I knew, you wasn't ready for that woman. That woman was too much for you. You should have picked somebody completely different. Moving right along. Alex and Ashley. Alex and Ashley. He was a liar. He just lied about the dumbest shit. And she was literally asking him questions that she literally knew the answers to already. And he still fucking lied. And it's like, I do that shit sometimes too. When I want the answers, I'll go to my man like, listen, I already know, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to tell me the truth, right? That is the key words right there. I'm giving you the opportunity to tell the truth. And you still... And if I'm giving you the opportunity to tell me the fucking truth and you still lie, you're getting the fuck on. So I see why. When she got to that altar and was like... Me telling you yes, me telling you no is a flex. Bitch, I felt that with my whole chest. Because who you thought you was finna play with? Who did he think he was finna play with? Good move. Good fucking move. Because he was a fucking liar. And you caught him at every corner lying. Then his friend came in and exposed him and said, well, you was over here when you was supposed to be over there. And you was living with some... Everything about this man was a lie. And who is doing the intake? Because why are these people coming on here just leaving a relationship? They're not ready for marriage. Who deemed that? Why are these people coming on this show just had sex with an ex from last week? Like, that doesn't deem you ready for marriage. That doesn't deem you ready to love at first sight. I just don't see that. Why would you bring on people that are trying to sow their royal oats? What I do get from this show, though, is the minute you give up that nookie, you're done. The minute y'all go on this honeymoon, after y'all see each other, it gets all cutesy, y'all be giving up them cheeks. Why would a man want to see it past that point when you have already gave him everything he needs in 2 weeks span? Ain't no motherfucking way. If I could hit at the honeymoon and we not even officially, don't even know each other, barely married, and we still have a ceremony to say, well, we gonna marry or this or that, and you already smacked cheeks and you already, it's mind-boggling to me. I just don't... Stop giving up y'all Nikki. If you pay attention, right, if you watch the show before going on it, you'll know a lot of them men come over there to sow their royal oats, to see who they can smash. Because the minute they don't get sex, it's like, yeah, that's a topic, right? It's a topic that we had. Any couple wants to know what they people working with. But when you hear them having those conversations behind the scenes, like, yeah, that coochie was trash. His meat was little, like, this is why I thought we were going on here, Love is Blind. Not how big is the package or how wet the coochie get. But hey, that's just me. Moving right along. Jessica and Chris. I like Jess. That was my girl. Chris was the fucking problem. I'm sorry. He was the full-blooded fucking issue. You hear me? And the fact that you can even tell a woman, because I'm a plus-size woman, and I take pride in this, right? It takes a lot of work to just accept you for you. Flaws and all, right? It just, you got to be okay in your skin. And for you to get on that shit, he got on national TV and told this woman, mind you, in the pod, she let him know, I don't do all that. I don't do Pilates. That ain't who I am. Just take me as I am or have nothing at all type of energy, right? So I respect that she kept it 100 with him. Him, on the other hand, oh, I'm used to dealing with women like this, and I'm used to dealing with women of this character, and all this so weird shit. Is like, hold up, bro. In the pods, you said, so she did put it all out there. I think he wasted everybody's time and energy. He was more of a fuckboy than anything. And this is a prime example of men coming on this show trying to sow their royal oats. He thought because he had the blonde hair and the pretty eyes, he was God's gift to women. You're disgusting. You're a disgrace. You try to come on TV to say fake. Oh, I'm just so sorry. I just never meant to. Yeah, you did. You knew exactly what you was doing when you did it. right? Moving right along. Ugh. He's just a ick. Chris is a whole fucking ick, okay? Then we have Christina and Vic. My faves. These are my faves. I think Christina is like a bubble. She's like a Care Bear. I don't know how to explain her personality. Like her energy is just so loving and nurturing and caring. And then you have my boy right here with his fine ass. Chris, clock it, bitch. You did it. You did it for the one time, for the one time. Because I said, baby, yeah, he's something. We're not marrying potential. He's something. He got something there, okay? And I think by those two hooking up, I think that was the absolute epitome of what Love and Blind looks like. If you want an example of how to do the experiment, what this experiment looks like from beginning to end, and do it the correct way, go ahead. This man should teach classes from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, as well as his wife. Okay? When I say they are the perfect couple, I don't know how they matched them, but it motherfucking worked. And I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. Can't wait to see what's in store. So good luck, you guys. I think Chris and Vic, my favorite, one of my favorites. Then we have Bree and Connor. Bree and Connor. These are my folks too. Connor is like a blue Smurf. He's like the Smurfs of all Smurfs. And Bree is more like a... She can be a little much, because you can tell she's a little older. She's a little older than him, so she may be a little bit more, I don't know. She gives off she can be a bit much, but he likes it. It works for him. It's not too much for him. So kudos to those two couples. They were my favorite couple on season 10. If you have a favorite couple, drop it in the comments. But I can say that Chris and Vic, top favorite, and Bree and Connor, second coming in. They probably run a neck and neck, but we're going to put them as, if you want to know how to do the experiment, for period, you follow these two couples. This is just season 10. I can go and do a review on all the seasons, who my favorite was, who the real issues were, moving forward. Then we have Brittany and Devontae. Devontae's a fucking coward. I think what Brittany did was, she was a pick-me type of bitch. I get it, And why I say this, right? Because I love Britt. Britt is beautiful, nurse, whatever, all the good shit, right? That makes her baddie. But she's still a pick-me baddie. Because you go and buy a dress for a wedding that you don't know is happening anytime soon, okay? I'm all for manifesting. Please, baby, by all means, speak it into existence. Kudos to you, right? We get to meeting the dude. Y'all pick each other, and you're like, tell me I'm cute. Tell me I'm pretty. Tell me I'm beautiful. Hold my hand. Touch me here. Wiggle over there. Like, bitch, that's too much. And even as a woman, I would be like, listen, bitch, check this out. How about you go wiggle your ass over there and touch your damn self? Like, it became overbearing. When you have to tell a man how to treat you, that's not your man. Just leave that nigga where he at. If I have to come to you and say, babe, it's 1:03, I need you to hold my hand, I don't want to be with a motherfucker like that. But you knew that. So you took it as his way that he communicates. We always want to make and repaint a motherfucker. That is not the way he communicate. That man was just not with the shit. And it showed. You didn't get married because he was not with the shit. Let's take and normalize telling this truth up front. Why the fuck are we holding on to lies? We are grown as hell. And to lie to somebody, you got to be scared of them. Just tell them the truth. You ain't with it. I'd rather disappoint somebody with a truth than really than make a motherfucker smile with a lie. I'm sorry. That's just not what I'm into. Another thing that I've seen is people get in these booths and they get on here and it's like the women be wanting the men to pick them. Yes, the man is supposed to pick his wife. But you also have an option to deal with that man. Y'all be sitting around twiddling y'all fingers in the pots, cussing each other. you also have the option to pick them. Y'all be giving them too much credit and too much grace. It's an experiment. You have just the amount of equal spouses as them. It kills me 2 days in, you motherfuckers is like, are you still speaking to Rachel? Like, yeah, bitch, I'm speaking to Rachel, Vicky, Katrina. Like, you expect me to dead my experiment because you see that I'm the one. That's not how this works. I need to really see people see this shit through. I knew the motherfucker went in the booth with the first motherfucker went, yeah, you're it. This is the first day we meet. How the fuck do you know that? So yeah, that's a problem for me. So try to control, give the boom boom up too soon, right? Don't give the cooch up. And then secondly, you are the pick of the litter as well. Stop letting these men pick y'all. Then y'all send them a bite, y'all, they gonna pick me, they gonna pick Kelly. This is an experiment for all of you to experience, right? So if he has 4 people he talking to, it is okay. That is part of the experiment. Get out your feelings. Next is going to be surviving Love is Blind, child. They're going to have an episode survive because half of these women that leave off there for men body shaming them, making them feel like just not it. They have to go home and deal with that. Being left at the altar. You know how much trauma come with that? Oh, no. Yeah, you can miss me with that shit. I don't want to fall out that bad. I will sit this shit out. If you got to deal with any of that shit, I'll sit it out. I'll sit that shit out. You can give me a Vic. Give me a Vic O'Connor. I'm cool. All that other shit is a fucking waste. And I said it. They didn't ask for my opinion, but I still gave it. Oh well.